Hi guys, welcome to a brand new food show. We are the TasteBuddies, and we're here to taste some things with a few buddies of ours.
Hey, buddy.
So I'm Jun, I'm a food writer and recipe developer.
And I'm Renyi, founder of myBurgerLab and myPizzaLab.
And I'm Ahong from Grub Steakhouse.
So today we will be actually tasting some Chinese New Year dishes, but not just any Chinese New Year dishes. It's going to be Chinese New Year dishes that we've gotten from a few fast food places. Now that sounds a bit weird, but we're going to eat it. We'll see what Renyi has prepared for us and going to eat it, talk about it, and we'll see and we'll learn some interesting lessons from it, hopefully.
All right. I think today is going to be more of a reaction show. We're going to try different things. I've got 4 products from 4 different brands that are available in Malaysia. They are KFC, Burger King, Mary Brown, and of course, McDonald's. So I've got some burgers, I got some fried chicken, and they are the Chinese New Year themed products for this year, 2021. So are you guys ready to try them out?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to summon the food with a clap. All right. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Wow. All right. So we have quite an abundance of food.
Not enough.
I try to get everyone one because we want to make sure that, this is a COVID season. We don't want to share food. So we want to maintain social distancing and just no sharing of food. We're going to start with the burgers. All right. Let's start. Oh. Who here has not tried McDonald's Prosperity Burger? It's been around for years. Have you tried it?
I think I've had it like the second year it was out.
Oh, you remember? I don't even remember when it was out.
But I don't remember exactly.
That's
when.
very specific. Yeah.
No, but that was the only time I've had it. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what's the crazy thing for me? I've only started eating it regularly 2 years ago. Prior to that, I didn't like it. And then 2 years ago, I said, look, I'm going to give it a try again. And I loved it. And every time Chinese New Year comes along, I'm going to order at least 2 to 3 times.
Yeah. I think when I first tried it also, I was very young because it was like a high school thing. So I didn't like the black pepper and the raw onions, right?
Uh-huh.
But as I grow older, like after college and everything, start working, actually I quite like the taste profile.
Good point. I didn't like the raw onion part.
Yeah,
that was what turned me off last time. And
maybe they changed their recipe.
Could have.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
shall we taste?
All right, let's do some ASMR.
Wow, the whole
Oh my god, it looks
is,
nothing like the photo.
sticky. Yeah. The whole packaging is full of the sauce by now. Look, it's like
Okay.
soaked. Bringing the burger is wet.
Oh, you guys are doing it sideways.
Sorry, man. We're going there already.
No, but I'm disappointed because it's not as wet as I want it to be.
Really?
Finger it, bro.
Honestly.
Sorry. That's not.
But honestly, here's the thing. I've ordered it a couple of times. It's a mess. The bun is coated in the sauce as well. And I liked it that way.
Maybe because you ordered the one with hash brown.
Oh
bro.
yeah, this is the one with the hash brown.
This is the one with hash brown.
Yeah.
So because it's golden prosperity, ma.
see.
Golden. Or how did she do it? All right, let's go for the first bite together. Hey, please.
Sorry, bro.
This is a family PG show.
No lah. Just
Let's take a first bite together, all right?
together,
Let's go.
Damn, babe. Still love it.
Okay,
It's not peppery. I'm telling you, there's not enough sauce in this one.
Right, I just want to show what I mean when I say the patty is a bit special, right? I don't even know why and what this is, but let's get it on camera first. Look, these strips.
Okay, so
Can you
this
see it? Yeah.
is the McRib shape in America.
So it's supposed to look like McRibs.
Yes.
So we know this is McDonald's patty, right? But I don't know what's this.
It's the shape. It's a mold.
It's just a
I've
mold.
been to
it's just like a mold.
Yes, I've been
But
to
it
the
looks like
McDonald's
different
factory.
But it does have an effect,
texture,
though.
no?
Yeah.
Yes, but it is the mold. It's not different meat bind together.
It's the mold to make it look like a rib. If you guys can't finish, pass to me.
No. We gotta pace ourselves because we gotta give
Okay.
fair assessment to every one of this product. We wanna eat it a little bit hungry. 2-3 bites, guys. Keep it to 2-3 bites. Okay, honestly, mine is a bit weak. The flavor is good. The hash brown, unfortunately, is soggy due to the delivery. I'm quite sure, if it's fresh, it would be much better. But I don't feel that the hash brown really adds too much to the texture.
I think it's like for someone who's only had Prosperity Burger once
This is the
before.
second
This is
time?
my second time. Yeah. I think I'm a bit surprised. It's like it actually tastes pretty good, but like you said, like the texture is just like mushy all the way through. I think, and like the
It's
hash
one
brown is so
dimension,
mushy.
yeah.
Yeah. But I am kind of pleasantly surprised by the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, mess. All right. You finished your burger?
Yeah, man. It's good. It's good,
Okay,
bro.
review done.
Okay. hang on. We're gonna eat it as a set. So they have their orange McPizzy and curly fries, which is pretty much a staple. I believe the orange McPizzy is just their orange juice with Sprite, or was it 7-Up? Anyway, cheers, guys.
Cheers,
man.
Oh, I feel my ancestors. I feel the
feel the Chinese New Year vibe.
yeah, that's the Chinese New Year vibe. I think my ancestors cheering me on.
No, but the thing is like whenever I order prosperity burger, actually not whenever, I never really order prosperity burger, but
I think this is your
I
second
order
time.
a lot of curly fries.
During Chinese New Year, if I do order McDonald's, yes, I own myBurgerLab and I order McDonald's. Okay, whenever I order McDonald's during Chinese New Year, I will always change my fries to curly fries, just because it is a seasonal product.
Yo, there's something about curly fries though. It's like this is not like super crispy, but what the taste? What's the taste? It's so good. It's so addictive.
We're gonna find out. I think it's a seasoning, and they obviously don't put any seasoning on top of it after frying it. It comes from the supplier as it is. We sell a very similar curly fries as well, but unfortunately we had to take it off the menu. Another day, another story. But okay, so what do you guys feel about these three together?
I think for me, I'm not sure about the curly fries. I'm not a cup guy. But for me, I think the burger, I like it because it's like everything which is not what I'm getting normally from McDonald's, right? McDonald's normally is dry. So this one is soaked in sauce. So it makes it a lot better.
Unless it's a samurai burger.
Unless it's a samurai, but samurai, okay, by the way, full disclosure, samurai is my favorite McDonald's burger of all time.
You
right?
almost say your favorite burger. I would be offended.
Touche, right? Yeah, so I think that already is a win, and then I think this is also a substantial burger for someone my size. I think most in general, like guys who are big, whenever we order McDonald's, right, the thing came out like a flat, like a pancake, you know, it's so thin, right? So this one, I think with the potato, with the onion, it makes it more substantial, so there's more bite to it. Yeah. So and the meat I think is heavier. Yeah. For me, this product is a win at the moment. Yeah, it's a damn win. Actually, funny enough, I would actually eat it regularly now from now on. Yeah, actually, it's kind of cool.
Well, I think it's gonna go off the menu soon, so you might want to order a couple more times.
Yeah, exactly.
Will curly fries still be on the menu?
Usually it goes off together. If I'm not wrong, it goes off together.
But I think that, like you said, the sauce is a bit weaker this time around, weaker than samurai sauce.
There's not enough sauce.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's not enough sauce.
It's like watery.
But seriously, guys, the last time I ordered this, it was so drenched. It is almost like a Ramly burger. And that was what made it good to me. But today, maybe the SOP changed a little bit, or the sauce, but it happens.
Or
to the
maybe
best of
just
us.
this store, who knows? Right?
Maybe.
It could be.
So like next show, we need to get like one from every store.
Dude, we don't have that much budget.
Ambitious.
Okay, we're gonna set this aside. We're gonna try the Burger King Black Pepper XL burger. So right now in our hands, we have the XL burger. Why I'm having a half is because unfortunately due to error in order, so we cut this in half so it looks smaller. But Hong is gonna show us what it looks like.
Just by looking at it, it's sad. Look at it, it's dry as F.
Are we gonna really insult the king? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Look, it's like
it's a lot drier.
2 patties.
Yeah, it's 2 patties.
Open it up.
It's actually 2 patties.
Is it 2 patties?
Oh, so they didn't bother making a single patty.
That's a con.
It is a rip off of McDonald's, but
It's just 2 normal patties.
But I guess they
and
wanted
the
to
sauce
save
is
cost.
not even.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the amount of onions. Is there more onions on the bun?
I don't know, man.
Open it up.
That's quite sad.
I think
You can open ours up also.
my McDonald's was much more onion.
Alright. This has some kind of cheese sauce though.
Yeah, it's cheese
Oh,
sauce
it's
and
got
like a
sauce.
barbecue.
Yeah. It is 2 patties only.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Oh, so fast.
It's more barbecue than black pepper.
Yeah, the taste
Yeah, it's
is
not about black
good.
pepper.
Shit, the taste is good actually.
The taste is actually good. Here's the thing. But it's not black pepper. I think they took their barbecue sauce and added a little bit of black pepper to it.
Pepper. It's barbecue burger. I wouldn't say this is black pepper.
I think the cheese sauce adds a bit, like a different dimension to it though. Makes it a bit
I don't know
richer.
if it's cheese sauce or their usual orange color sauce that we all have. But it's a very good Burger King burger. In a sense where it has that flame grilled taste, but it's not as pungent as thick as the Prosperity Burger. 2 separate products. But the problem is, Prosperity Burger never claimed themselves to be a black pepper burger. It tastes like a black pepper burger. This, I have a problem with. They call it the black pepper burger. And it tastes like...
Not like a black pepper.
It doesn't taste
barbecue.
like a... Yeah. I think I've had oblong burgers where they put, more black pepper than this.
So this is them like we got the bread from the chicken royale, right? Stuff the patty in.
So,
I think my main gripe is from the
It's
patty.
just- yeah.
Because they use two, it's like,
Yeah, it's just rehash.
mm.
Although it tastes quite good.
But which one tastes better to you?
I think this one somehow the flavor is more intense because the sauce is thick.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a different flavor. It's
Yeah,
sweeter.
Yeah.
Sweeter. It's a barbecue sauce. But nowhere can I call this a black pepper sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the staff messed up and put the wrong sauce. I don't know. I want to taste the sauce on its own.
I think at the
Can we get a
end,
spoon?
I'm tasting a bit of black pepper. But I'm not sure whether it's from
I
this
do
burger
see-
or from before.
Someone in the marketing department said, look, we're going to challenge McDonald's on this shit. And then decided, hey, we have this, we have that. Can we just kind of pass it off as a prosperity, knockoff? Let's try Burger King, but not today. Not today.
Although Hong likes it though.
Oh, no. Like I said, burger on its own is a decent fast food burger.
Mhm.
I would order this on a day where I'm hungry. I need to get something, on the go.
Mm.
I'll have it. But it is not, if I want something black pepper,
Yeah.
this would fail.
It's a good product, but I think there's no reason to get it. I like why would anyone go and buy this? Just out, I suppose it's just out of curiosity.
Look, if during Chinese New Year I order this, my Chinese New Year is ruined.
Is that Batman? No lah, I will eat it.
I'm kidding. It's just not what is advertised. That's it.
Mhm. So I think out of two, I think
Wait, hang on. I think Burger King has.
I got fries. Okay.
It's just it's just regular bad fries. No, here's the thing. KFC fries is actually not bad. McDonald's fries, king of it all. But somehow Burger King fries, it's like they don't even try. KFC has actually evolved their fries over the years, and I've tasted it
Yeah.
before. It used to be really
Yeah.
limp and soggy,
Yeah.
and then they got some super crunchy coating
Yeah,
fries,
yeah.
and it's actually pretty good. Burger King just gave up trying a long time ago.
Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, I found this very very weird because I use full disclosure. I used to work for Burger King in the UK when I was studying, and Burger King has the best fries in UK.
Oh.
For the same reason, they were the one with the extra special coating, and then KFC was the worst because it was just plain potato, right? So it was I don't know why it happens to reverse over this side of the world. Maybe not enough budget. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when Carl's Jr. came out, their fries were really good. So
Yeah. Carl Jr. didn't do anything for CNY. You check?
Are they still
we
around?
forgot them.
Are they still around? No, I mean we said we were gonna put two to each other.
Oh, I think I actually checked. Oh, I don't think they did anything.
Yeah. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Are we gonna declare a winner?
Oh.
We declare a winner.
Okay, so let's put a vote. McDonald's. All right.
Okay.
100%, man. 100%. Show win
So
already.
McDonald's, congrats.
Yeah.
You won the black pepper contest. Okay? All right, we are moving on to fried chicken. So today we have Mary Brown and KFC. Unfortunately, KFC didn't get the memo. They still kept using their crunchy tandoori box,
tandoori.
but it is actually their new butter.
But today is Taipusam.
Actually, this is a pretty good product. The crunchy tandoori is actually a pretty good product. But today we're not going to be talking about that. Their new Chinese New Year product is the crunchy butter fried chicken. Whereas the Mary Brown has a, what do they call it?
Extra.
Extra ong
Egg telur.
fried chicken, which is a salted egg yolk product. So we have their, I believe it looks a little bit like their spicy fried chicken range, and then they have their salted egg yolk sauce, which I wish they gave a little bit more.
Pour it on.
You can pour it on, or you can dip it. I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna just pour it on. It's a little bit thickened already, unfortunately.
I'm not sure if that looks good or.
Sorry.
Okay.
Wait,
Actually, I'm
this
just gonna
KFC or
taste
what?
it without.
Oh, the sauce is actually not bad.
Are we tasting?
I'm gonna go for the meat.
Ooh.
Given that it's been sitting out for almost an hour in the oven, not oven, but like low temperature oven, it's actually quite moist and tender. I'm surprised. So this is a spicy range, right?
Oh, it's a pretty good chicken, man. I'm surprised.
The crunch state with the sauce is actually not bad. It's a little bit too sweet, and I don't know if it's fair to say this. It tastes a little bit artificial. It's stuff that you will get on chips, like the packaged chips, like on Jack and Jill or I don't know Rota. It has that fake salted egg taste, but something that we've been trained to like, if that makes sense.
Oh damn, this is pretty good.
The crunch is amazing.
I'm impressed with this.
They finished the whole fucking chicken.
Oh my god! Oh, slow down.
Actually, I feel like I don't know. It doesn't hit the box for me, man. It's kind of weird. Like,
What doesn't check the box?
okay, maybe I don't like this kind of batter. It's too heavy for me. I
Mm.
prefer the KFC spicy, which is more more light, I think.
Thinner?
Ah.
Like a thinner batter?
Not thinner, but I think the batter is airier. This one is more like, I think they pack in the flour quite a lot. Even though it's crunchy, but it's like a heavy coating. And then the sauce, I don't know, it's black pepper spice or red chili spicy.
It's usually people put like chili padi or
chili
red
padi.
chilies.
Yeah, normally
with curry leaf,
that's why I like the normally the chili padi will come through. This one is just pure spicy and just blank. The heat is not the right kind of heat.
If anything, I think the spiciness of the chicken kind of like overwhelms the spiciness.
I think the spiciness is from the chicken. You're right.
Yeah,
It's actually not the sauce.
Not from the sauce, yeah. So it's like their normal, I don't know, like their normal spice mix.
Yeah, I think the sauce is decent, but like you said, it's like on the sweeter side.
Yeah, it's just on the sweeter side.
But let's talk about the chicken. It's actually quite moist.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, we got this about an hour ago. We kept it in the oven at around 90
But you
degrees.
got breast, is it?
I got breast, right?
Oh, so moist, huh?
Yeah, I'm surprised. And it's also crispy. Let me see if I can do
Yeah,
ASMR.
it's still. Yeah. Okay,
Yo, I'm actually really impressed by the chicken. Yeah, it's moist. It's really juicy. And I think the batter, I actually quite like the batter. I get what you mean. It's like a bit compact.
Yeah.
But it has a lot of flavor, this batter. And even without the salted egg.
Let's be honest here. Who here has had Mary Brown fried chicken before?
No.
No?
I'm
That's
from
why I'm
Sarawak.
surprised.
Ah.
I'm from Sarawak, so I had it in Sarawak a long time ago.
Is Mary Brown really big in Sarawak?
Yeah, when we were growing up.
I think I've had it before, but in the airport, KLIA, just before we fly off, I've had it before, but I don't think I had their fried chicken. I had something else that was on the menu.
Right. Yeah, because to me, I always see like Mary Brown as like a lousier version of McDonald's. Sorry, Mary Brown. But this proved me wrong.
Woo!
Yeah, because maybe it's a thing to do with like, a local brand. Maybe they can't do it as well as McDonald's, who's been like really successful worldwide. So,
But here's the thing,
I had that in my
McDonald's
head.
fried chicken, when they first came out with it, sucked. It
really?
sucked balls.
Oh, I never had
It was
it.
only in the last 2-3 years, they revamped their recipe.
Yo,
They
ayam
mark-
goreng McD so good.
Yes, it is so good now,
Yeah.
right?
True.
But it is true re-innovation. I know that because I spoke to the marketing guy for McDonald's and they went through that process. But when it first came out, McD's chicken wing, I think was their first fried chicken product. I mean, apart from the burgers, was pathetic. Yeah, so they have started innovating a lot in the recent years, in the last 5 years, in fact. And that's why McDonald's is one of the big boys. Sorry, is one of the go-to when it comes to fast food. But honestly, Mary Brown, good job.
Good job,
Yeah.
man. Well done.
It's a really good chicken.
Mightily impressive.
Now, talking about fried chicken, we don't have that here today. A&W fried chicken.
Oh.
It is amazing.
Sure, nah.
Never had that.
Oh, go for the spicy
Sure,
one. Amazing. So, I think 2-3 years
bit
ago,
trauma,
Josh Ang of Manhattan Fish Market took over the brand and revamped it. That's why you see a lot more A&W in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
The fried chicken is amazing.
Oh.
Go for it. The
So
So
spicy one.
it's a new recipe.
It's a new recipe as well.
New recipe. Okay.
Yeah.
There's one
Okay.
below my condo, so.
Okay, but we don't have McDonald's or A&W here today.
Yeah. We're going to go to the OG of fried
OG.
chicken, KFC.
Attorney General of
Okay.
fried chicken. Yeah.
Look at this fried chicken.
Whoa. That's like Chinese restaurant standard, okay?
Actually, if you look at the ad, right?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
actually want you to eat all that crumb. I don't
Yeah,
think this
yeah,
crumb
yeah.
is actually fried together. It's definitely something that's added
Like put on top.
separately.
Because like you see, if
it?
you see in your
Oh,
box,
yeah.
there's like so much
Really?
left. Like
But I don't think this is their normal batter, bro. This
It's not,
is
I
it's
think it's different.
Yeah.
Absolutely different. We're gonna go for the bite test. I don't think it's something that we should tear. We should just dig in.
Yeah.
All right, ready, guys?
Really
Let's
nice.
go. Okay, I'm confused. Feels like I'm eating a popcorn.
Yeah. Feels like eating cereal, man.
Man,
Oh, I'm so sad.
I'm so disappointed.
it smelled really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the delivery, the butter, is reminds us too much of popcorn.
Yeah, it's like
Stale popcorn.
popcorn cereal kind of thing.
It's not the usual KFC batter.
Yeah.
It,
I mean,
it doesn't even. It's a very
Okay.
very thin layer that is.
So I'm
you
gonna give
can't
them
really
credit
taste
for
it.
not using their OG or their original recipe or their spicy as they tried to do something new, unlike Burger King. But while the crumbs are great, the flavor,
I think it's because we know this dish so well from the Chinese restaurants we eat.
you want prawns.
Yeah, no. I mean, the somehow the batter and the thing is not the right ingredient. Somehow,
Yeah.
it's too. I don't know. It tastes too much like cereal and
Okay.
too much like.
I'm
popcorn.
obviously in the fast food business. I think someone sold them a powder to add on top of their chicken to give the flavor, and it's a butter powder. They do have shit like that.
Probably the same one they use in all the popcorn and in the cinemas. I don't know. It tastes exactly like that.
Yeah, so it's those powder, flavored powder that they add to popcorns and chips and whatnot. And they have a whole range of weird flavors.
Yeah.
And someone was convinced not to use real butter, but use flavored butter instead. Again, I could be wrong, but it tastes like that.
But that's what I'm feeling. I feel like it's like, because I know this dish so well and I expect that kind of taste.
So if you tear off the skin, you shake off that oat thing, and you just eat the skin where it's coated with that yellow orange powder. It tastes like butter, but it's from the powder, which is so odd. It's like it's artificial.
Yeah.
I'm so sad.
Wow.
I have to say though, like appearance wise and the smell
It was a win.
is so good.
Yeah.
Like when I opened the box, I was like,
Okay, here's the thing. The crunchy stuff, I don't know if it's oats or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad. It's not the weird tasting stuff. To me, the weird tasting stuff is the butter taste.
still can't get over how disappointed I am.
Yeah, I can't get over it. I feel like I'm
I had so much high hopes, right?
Yeah, I feel like I'm standing in front of DGV's popcorn counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what you said is really right though. It's like when you already have an expectation of a dish
Yeah.
and you eat it and it falls, even if it falls like a bit below that, it's like, this is bad.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we try to do is always under promise, over deliver, right? And I think
This
sometimes in the marketing world, in the advertising world, there is that temptation to over promise. Oh, look at how juicy this is. Look at how crunchy this is. Look at how amazing this flavor is, right? And this is one of those where we have certain expectations that's set in our head, and which is pretty much ingrained in our Chinese heritage. You know, like butter. I wouldn't say heritage, but you know, in the local Chinese restaurant cuisine, butter chicken. No, sorry, not butter chicken. What would you call it? Lai Yao.
Is it called like Nayao? Is it?
It's a bit like Lai Yao, prawn or
yeah.
But on a chicken, and I don't know about you guys, is your chicken juicy?
No, it's dry.
Yeah.
It's drier
Mary Brown-
much drier than the Mary Brown one.
Yeah, Mary
Which
Brown
like-
did a pretty good job.
Shit, man. Like, see, this is like before that I had the impression that Mary Brown is like lousier fast food, but then eating this now I'm like, no, I'll go for the Mary Brown. Like 10 out of 10, man.
I'll
Good
eat the
job,
Mary Brown without the sauce.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, but I think we should have another maybe fried chicken showdown and get like kitchen table fried chicken in the mix and just see who can pull it off better without all the fancy flavors.
I think this one we don't even have to go to a vote. I think Mary Brown wins.
The Chinese New Year,
hearts.
at least the Chinese New Year. edition.
Okay. At least for the Chinese New Year one.
I haven't been talking, I'll be eating.
It's okay.
It's not great. It's not good.
Then you finish the whole thing already.
I only have bones left to show. All right, let's clear this up and have a more in-depth discussion about what we just had. All right.
So that are we gonna do a clap to
No,
make
I've
everything
got,
magically
like-
disappear again?
No. I'm gonna make it magically disappear by shouting a magic name. Abel. I'm kidding.
Thanks, Abel.
Okay.
Wow, I tell you, bro. Now I'm ready to talk.
Hong ate Abel on the side.
Okay, so we've just eaten a bunch of different fast foods, four burgers, and not four
Two
burgers,
burgers.
two burgers and two fried chicken. We're super full now.
I think Hong had more than that.
So we're just going to talk about some of the Chinese New Year dishes that we just had. And basically, we're just going to talk about what it means to us, some ties to our tradition, our origins maybe, and learn a thing or two about eating all these things and what they really make us feel and what they really make us mean. Did it remind you of Chinese New Year?
Well, if you think about it, yes and no. I'm reminded that it's Chinese New Year, especially Prosperity Burger. Unfortunately, the other three are new players in this realm, or at least new flavors in this Chinese New Year theme. Whenever I hear Prosperity Burger, I know Chinese New Year is around the corner. And obviously that's, kudos to McDonald's and their brainwashing machine. But now that you ask that question and I give it a little bit more thought, what makes it Chinese New Year? What makes black pepper burger Chinese New Year?
Yeah. What, like, can you guys think of another Chinese New Year dish that uses black pepper? Alright.
Stir fry beef, I don't know.
But it's not really a Chinese
It's
New
a dish
Year.
that you will have, but it's not,
Chinese
Yeah.
New Year, yeah. Actually,
Maybe it's like
no.
a Chinese
Yeah.
dish, but it's not Chinese New Year, right?
Yeah, that's why I thought actually what I was eating it is that there's no Chinese New Year specific flavors at all in the Prosperity Burger, and there's almost none. The only thing that kicks it in for me is actually that soda drink.
Because it's orange, right? At least it's
Orange
like
and yeah. And I have this whole thing when I was a boy. Chinese New Year is the only time I'll get Coca-Cola. So there'll be like 6 stacks or 20 stacks of Coke and Fanta and all this soda pop drink at my house. So I think it's just years of that. So whenever I smell Shandy or Sprite and the Fanta orange, it just goes like that. Chinese New Year, no matter where I am, what I'm doing, it's just Chinese New Year straight away. Just one sip and it's done. And you add bakwa in some more, confirm already.
And that's right. I think bakwa, yisang, nian gao, these are a few I think that I would say is tied more to the Chinese culture, at least on the Malaysian context. Because when I say Malaysian context is because I just found out last year that yisang is not from China.
Yeah, it's not.
Apparently
it's
it
like a
originated-
Malaysian or even like Singaporean thing.
Yeah.
Based on my research, there is something called yisang in China, but it's not what we know it as today.
No,
The Malaysian yisang that we see now is actually invented by
the four master chef in Singapore or something like that.
Oh, really?
Wait.
Yeah.
Are you
Maybe there
sure
are all these
Singapore?
different stories and
Are
they
you
say
sure
like,
Singapore?
No, I read
You
up
want
on
to
it
give them that
yesterday.
credit?
I read up on it, bro. Sorry, man. Sorry to say. I think so, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wait, it is from Singapore.
Yeah, bro, it's from Singapore. But Singapore was in Malaysia, okay? Singapore was in Malaysia.
Oh my God. Okay, guys. I think
Let's not go there.
This is
Let's
a
not go
whole
there.
other conversation.
Yeah, back to the burger, right?
But yeah, so I guess in terms of the Chinese New Year feels, right? The black pepper itself is not really a Chinese New Year thing, but like you said, the orange, the drink maybe. But what about the fried chicken? Like, do you think what Mary Brown and what KFC did with the fried chicken, did it make you feel more festive? More like hot, I guess.
Yeah, actually for me, it definitely didn't bring any Chinese New Year memories for me. It's just a very typical, very I would say very Chinese dish, right? Because you go to Tai Chow and the restaurant banquets is always that thing: salted egg, fried this, and then buttermilk, this and that. Yeah,
And I think there's sort of like a distinction to be made in terms of what a Chinese dish is or Chinese flavors versus like a Chinese New Year flavor, right? Because what all these fast food chains are doing is essentially taking something that is just regularly Chinese and putting it into their burgers and saying this is something for Chinese New Year. But in terms of flavor, if you accept maybe the oranges, like it doesn't really signify or like symbolize anything to do with Chinese New Year, right?
Yeah. So I think from what I learned from my dad, right? Because I always ask the same question we're asking now. Why are we eating Prosperity Burger? Why is Prosperity Burger a Chinese New Year thing? So I will ask my dad the same thing. I would say like, why nian gao, right? And why yu sang, right? And also why the mian xian and everything. So I think this is common knowledge among the Chinese. But just for the benefit of everyone, is to do with the homophones, right? Which means that the word sounds like something a different meaning. Right? It sounds like another word with a different meaning. So nian in Chinese is year, new year, nian gao. So you must eat nian gao.
Oh,
And then
Gao
word.
is like high, right?
Gao is like
high,
high,
yes.
yeah.
Nian
Yeah.
Gao Sheng.
And then
could be
yu is something to do with prosperity
like
and
extra,
fortune. Yeah,
like
extra.
abundance.
Yeah. So my mom will always say like a nian nian yu yu and everything. And then the long noodles, I think my dad will always says long
Longevity.
noodle, long life. Yeah,
Yeah.
longevity noodles, right?
Yeah. How about Prosperity Burger?
So it does make you wonder, right? Does it have anything to do with the physical quality, tangible quality of the food, or is it actually more the meaning and the memories that it comes with, right? So in that case, I think McDonald's has done actually the right thing, right? I mean, yu sang technically is just a salad, so it's just a burger, and we made it a Chinese New Year thing. So they are making it a Chinese New Year thing.
I think that it comes with the territory of where a big brand wanting to associate a festivity with their food. I would do that. If I have the budgeting of McDonald's, I would try to say, hey, look, every time you think of Chinese New Year, you think of us with tied to this food. Every time Hari Raya, you think of this food. Right? And every time it's Christmas, you think of this food. And if possible, I would like to capture that specific market for that specific festive period. I was just reading recently about how in Japan, for Christmas, they celebrate it with KFC.
KFC, right? Yeah.
It's the oddest thing ever.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So every Christmas season, an estimated 3.6 million Japanese families treat themselves to KFC. And it is a nationwide tradition.
How did this all first start?
So based on the BBC article, it says that shortly after it opened in 1970, Okawara woke up at midnight, and this is one of the manager of the first KFC branch, woke up at midnight and jotted down the idea that came to him in a dream, a party barrel to be sold on Christmas. And he dreamt of this idea after overhearing a couple of foreigners who talked in his store of how they miss having turkey for Christmas. And it's like, okay, we don't have turkey in Japan. At least back in the days, 1970, I don't think they imported turkeys. And he's like, you know what? I have chicken. I'm going to package it as a thing for Christmas. And that took off. I hope he got paid well. If it's 1970, I guess it's 50 years now. Holy shit.
That's a long tradition. Man.
Right?
Yeah, and like you said, like all these like nian gao, noodles, yi sang. It's like there is a sense of history behind it. Like we've been having it many years in a row, and slowly it becomes tradition. And it's kind of messed up to think about this, but Prosperity Burger is in the process of becoming that tradition. Or maybe it has already become.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, when you're in the process of being brainwashed or being sold to, you don't see it until
you think about it, like right now.
I'm quite sure Japanese don't ask, hey, how come every Christmas season we buy KFC? Right? But whereas for us, because it's a non-tradition, you would be like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. Right? So what about other cultures? Like in Indonesia, in Thailand, what is their version of Prosperity Burger for their New Year? Does McDonald's have the same branding exercise? And have they successfully assimilated to the local culture? And that's something that I would like to find out.
And it's not even something that has to, like we said earlier, right? It's like black pepper isn't something associated with Chinese New Year, but it can be that just from the fact of, like you said, brainwashing us into believing that, every year we must have Prosperity Burger, we must have black pepper. And I'm sure in other fast food places in other countries, they have done the same thing. In fact, I think this was a few years ago, or maybe last year, like KFC in Singapore had a chicken, they call it, I think, like Parmesan truffle chicken.
Okay.
Nothing to do with Chinese New Year, but it was sold as a Chinese New Year thing. And I think the tagline was, let's see, I think the tagline was like,
wait, did we have it here too? We had a truffle chicken.
Parmesan truffle.
Yeah. We had
chicken.
it. KFC sold it. I heard a lot of complaints about it.
I think their tagline was like deliciously untraditional or something like that. So they were purposeful about.
Actually, that's quite fair.
Making
that's fair
it
enough,
non-traditional.
They use the word
untraditional. So if you think about it, right, maybe a few years down the road, right, if they keep doing this every year and people keep seeing ads for Parmesan truffle chicken during Chinese New Year, maybe like 50 years down the road, right, people will associate Parmesan truffle chicken with
thing.
Chinese New Year.
It could be a thing. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? It's like, it seems a bit messed up to me.
So there are many ways to look at it, right? Some people can say it's a brainwash. Some people think of it as assimilation. Some people think like it's finding our social identity, right? And I think it is happening to us all the time, right? Our identity as Chinese Malaysian is always in flux, right? And we never question it. In fact, even for me, I never question this until maybe last few weeks when we start talking about this show. Like, we are three Chinese people wearing American clothes, using American design product made in China, right? And then we're eating Western food, right? But then when I think about it again, it's not so weird, because I did have a friend who runs a Chinese restaurant, and he asked me, where can I get a supply for truffles? I'm like, why would you want truffles? He's like, it's in their cooking now already. It is a thing now. Like, when you go to Chinese restaurants, some of the specials are steamed fish with truffles.
Dim sum has truffles
dim sum
now,
and truffles as well. So it's actually not that weird.
So wouldn't that be a part of globalization then? Where we take what we find to be trendy at that point in time, or even tasty at that point in time, and say, hey, look, I have this product which I think is great, traditionally great, but I am introduced to this new ingredient or this new flavor from somewhere else, all right? And I paired them together and they work miraculously well together. Would it be so wrong for that to happen? To say, I'm gonna take, and this is not by force, this is someone local saying, hey, truffle is a great ingredient. I'm gonna assimilate it into my, say, nasi lemak or my laksa. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right? But here, in Malaysia, now if you do that, suddenly it's an abomination. It's like, no. But I think us being in the F&B industry, it's a lot of experimenting. It's a lot of, hey, I want to try new things. But at the same time, we also want to find that balance where while we are the experimental guys, right, in our own field, we also want people to keep to the tradition. Meaning that if I go out there, I want majorities of my char kway teow to be char kway teow, not truffle char kway teow. Right? But where do we draw the line, and why do we sometimes be so harsh of others when either they keep to their lane and do what's traditional? We go like, oh yeah, that's boring. And then when someone tries to step out of their boundary and try to do something different, and we go like, oh, look at that guy. He's trying to do something fancy.
So let's say for a listener like listening to this, right? How would you want them to think about all these traditional dishes? Like when they see a char kway teow out there, right? And then someone adds truffle to it. The first response I feel for majority of Malaysians would be maybe outrage that you would pollute such a
Here's the thing.
traditional
I think a couple
dish.
of years back, there would be more outrage.
Right.
Hello police. Remember a few years back, everything is hello police.
Yeah.
Now we do see a lot more adventurous stuff coming out. And
Yeah.
it is like they will tag their friends. Let's go try it. Let's go try it. Let's go try it. I think that's also a little bit of a shift. But I mean, coming back to the main topic, if it's a global brand like McDonald's coming in here to tell us, hey, this is your new tradition now. You're going to like black pepper as your Chinese New Year product. We feel, I mean, now that we think about it, we feel a little bit, hey, wait a minute, are we being manipulated? Where else, if it's a local guy trying to push for that agenda, do we suddenly say, oh wow, that's so modern, that is so out of the box?
Right. So actually, you bring out an interesting point. It's that it depends on who is doing it.
We don't like
But
to be told by others.
Is that fair though? Maybe this is like a whole other topic, but it makes me think, it's like, are we being unfair on people who are trying to be experimental just based on their culture?
The way I look at this issue is from I try to step back a bit far, and there's a bigger issue here that we're actually discussing. So there's this thing in UK. In fact, actually, it's even bigger in US and the China, right? Where there is this controversy about Christmas, right? So there are critics and supporters for this issue. So they are both sides of the argument. Okay, one argument is especially in UK, they are saying the government is actually pushing for a more secular, inclusive Christmas. So let's say you're a shopping mall or whatever, you're not supposed to reference Christmas to Christianity. So in fact, they can't even use the word Christmas. They will push something like Winter Festival, or they will do like a winter sale or winter theme park, right?
So no baby Jesus on the...
Yeah, and you're not allowed to have any imagery of Christmas, Christianity in there. So there are also the other side of the argument where they are saying like this is politically correctness going too far.
Yep.
Right? This is madness. I mean, Christmas has the word Christ in it. How can you detach this, right? So it's always that tradition evolving, and then there is resistance to it.
Yep. And then in the States, it's the opposite.
Yeah, in the States,
want to
it's the
bring
opposite.
Christmas back,
They
right?
want to bring the old tradition back. They want it closely tied to religion. So I mean, personally speaking, I feel because I'm pretty much a very secular person, I feel even though it might be counterintuitive to remove Christianity from the celebration of Christmas, it is actually more inclusive, because I never thought of the angle from when the whole KL is celebrating Chinese New Year. What if I'm not Chinese? Yeah, how do I get the feeling? Do you think other people get the feeling? Because I can tell you, when I was in London, even though I'm not Christian, I'm 100% never been in a church or anything, I was buying turkey, roasting duck, hanging decoration, trees, stars, lights, everything. I was dressed up as Santa, everything. Where I tell you,
It would be a waste if you didn't dress up as Santa.
yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's like, it's that inclusiveness that I really felt. I felt I can feel it. It's like, it's almost as if someone decided to share with you such a
part of who they are.
Yeah, part of who they are. Or even though they have to dilute it or change it, right?
Well, I don't think that they have to dilute it. But okay, so this topic is really going off away from food.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll...
Maybe I'm sure we will like talk about this in like future episodes as well. This is like a very big topic that has a lot of links to all different parts of food. But just to, I guess, bring it back to the topic for today, like when you mentioned, the inclusivity thing with with the UK with Christmas, do you guys realize as well? Like, I think it was one of you who mentioned this to me like before we recorded, and it was about how Prosperity Burger and I think like Burger King's burger as well, there's no mention of it being a Chinese New Year special.
No mention, but the graphics do
The
tie in.
implication,
Right,
There's
right.
implication, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think I remember like initially when they first started rolling it out, there was a direct link to Chinese New Year. Like this, we are doing this because it's Chinese New Year. But for like Prosperity Burger, they started doing it. I think this is the case lah. That, you know, their ads don't really have like Chinese New Year to it. Some places still do. I saw like Pizza Hut's new thing is very
Sweet and sour, is it?
Sweet and sour pizza was definitely to do with Chinese New Year. Like they had an ad about it and everything. But some of these ads have become a bit more subtle.
You're right. So
Yeah.
looking at McDonald's Instagram, and this is their latest post 3 hours ago. That's the Prosperity Burger.
Yeah, the new golden Prosperity Burger.
Yeah, and in the image, nothing Chinese New Year about it.
But
I do
they don't
remember-
have to be. The word prosperity is so Chinese.
No, it's an implication. It's an
Yeah.
implication. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a
Yeah.
dilution of like what you said. There's no
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. There's no Happy Chinese New Year. But it's a hey prosperity.
prosperity.
Have a good prosperity year.
Yeah.
Prosperous year.
And I think out of all the brands or the fast food brands that we've tasted today, McDonald's have been the most successful one, right? And what do you guys think they did right? So you two run restaurants, run food businesses. So what do you think there is to learn about it? Like the way they went about marketing their Prosperity Burger?
Okay, I don't know if there's a lesson that I've learned because I was quite aware of it. But as a business owner, I know that during Chinese New Year, I want to put out something that's Chinese-y. During Hari Raya, I want to put out something a little bit more Hari Raya, right? We have, I think, either a satay burger or a rendang burger coming out during those period. And then for National Day, we would have a nasi lemak burger coming out. So we do tie it to festivity because it is the best time to sell. People do lean towards supporting those brands where there is a certain amount of localization. And feature products are always a go-to strategy.
Is there something you think that McDonald's did that was different from all the other like festive stuff before it? Or was it purely from the fact that they were one of the first who started doing it?
I think it's just the sheer experience in terms of McDonald's assimilating or producing locally specific products. So I think if you all know, right, McDonald's, right, is a burger joint that sells beef, right, and they're doing so well in India where they don't eat beef, right. So I think it just comes from experience, like understanding what your customers are like, right. So it's like a lot of urbanites, right, in KL. And we want to, the funny thing about McDonald's when I was growing up is the other way around. It's me wanting to associate with McDonald's because it was such a cool brand. When the first outlet opened in my hometown, bro, I tell you, I begged my mom and dad. I'm like, please, just get me just one time, only one pop, right? Right. And then all the merchandise and everything. And I think
Happy Meals.
Yeah, and
that's
Happy
where they
Meals,
get you when you're
Yeah, man.
the Happy Meals. You got stuck. Yeah. And whether or not this is intentional, whether or not this is purely a capitalist marketing intent, or is it actually just purely wanting to assimilate into the culture, I will never know. But I can tell you it's working very, very well. Right? The brand itself is so strong and they're making all the right moves all the time. Yeah.
So for us, we do it as well as a brand. For Chinese New Year, for Hari Raya, we make sure that we have corresponding products that kind of addresses the festivity at that time. So I don't think it's, now that I'm talking about it, I don't think it's so bad that McDonald's or Burger King tries to do that as well. But of course, having had what we had today, I would say, there should be a little bit more effort for some brands to make sure that the product actually tastes good. What about Hong?
Yeah, Hong, because your restaurant is quite more like a sit-down place with like steaks and more full meals. So what do your kind of festive specials look like, and like how do you go about promoting it?
Actually, in terms of my restaurant image, I suppose I can cover all the festive stuff under one brand, which is I consider myself a blue collar place, right? So my statement to my customers is very simple. Like in Malaysia, all this Western food is always put on a pedestal. People think that when you talk about steaks or pasta or whatever, it's more like a formal setting, expensive food, and it's always like considered upper class. But I do what this is what I'm saying. There are postmen in UK. I'm saying there are postmen in UK. There are truck drivers there. There are students on a budget there. these are the people with limited budget, but they still eat steak and all the pasta and stuff as well. So it doesn't necessarily have to have that setting and that price tag. So
sorry, but are you sure students can afford your food as cheap as it is compared to what other steak places might be offering?
Yeah.
I find that a bit contradicting. Do you really feel that you are that accessible to most people?
Yeah, I would say I haven't reached a target where I can feed students, but I would say for a working man in the office, our steaks are priced definitely at least 20 to 30% cheaper than if you go to a restaurant with tablecloth,
that
nice
agree.
lighting,
Yes.
nice everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
during
it's
festivities, like, do you do anything differently?
Yeah, so for our festivities, I mean, I try to create the feeling of gathering through sharing plates, right? So people always associate Western food with having individual portions nicely laid out, separated and plated nicely for you. So at Grub, right, we try to push the idea of sharing a big plate. So that's why I think the big cuts like the tomahawks and everything, they sell very well, right? And I always tell myself, and I make a point for myself to never ever remember and always forget all the praises that I got. So this is something that I learned when I was working for Renyi in BurgerLab, right? She always says, you are only as good as the last plate of food that you serve, right? But I do keep this one comment that I got from one of my customers who said he chose Grub as a restaurant to have a birthday party for his father who was suffering from cancer, and that was the last meal they had as a family there.
Oh,
right?
that just went deep real quick.
Yeah. So that was very, very powerful for me, and I sort of suddenly realized, right, in doing our job as a business, of course we make profit. A business is for profit, right? But there are a lot of things happening in there which we can use as tools to make the experience more meaningful, or our own existence more meaningful, right? And this job has definitely defined Renyi and myself as a person. Our involvement in F&B is our identity, right? So I want to say to all the young F&B startups out there, don't think of it as just creating recipes that you can sell at a certain profit margin and a cost, right? Tell your story. The food that you make tells your story or tells up a story, right? And hopefully, using food as a vessel for stories and memories and love, you can all sleep well at night.
I think
I love what you just said. However, you still didn't answer his question. I think
I went
10
sideways.
minutes, after 10 minutes, you still did not answer his question. I don't think he has a festive menu.
okay, Hong doesn't have a festive menu. No, but I think like what Hong said, it's like how we can link to this, right? It's like food has a lot of power in the sense that, whether it's like you said, what your guests experience at your place, like having that last meal, or whether it's like McDonald's making us think like Prosperity Burger is something that is so like something that has become tradition to Malaysians. Like that is very powerful in itself. Yeah. And I'm wondering also, just as a final question, like from a business standpoint, like Renyi, do you have any customers or guests that come to your place and be like, oh, every National Day I must have a Nasi Lemak burger in BurgerLab or something to that extent?
Actually, we do have customers that either celebrate anniversaries, or I think recently we got one request that they want a proposal done in our restaurant because that's where they started dating, or they went to BurgerLab Sunway for their first date, and they're gonna get married soon. Well, at least the guy wants to propose soon, and they want to propose at myBurgerLab. In fact, we also had one where they loved BurgerLab so much that they got us to cater their wedding. It was the only time we did it because we realized that we are not geared for that. We went for it. We did a pretty decent job. But at the end of it, it's not something that I would do. It's a lot of pressure. It's someone's wedding and you don't want to fuck up.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, so we do have people who associate us with certain memories and or a certain timestamp in their lives that they would come periodically
Right.
based on whatever anniversary it is.
Yeah, and I guess like what a lot of fast food places are doing is just like a larger scale of what you just mentioned, right? Instead of like a wedding, it's a annual festival.
Yeah.
Like, that you have the same thing again and again.
Yeah, I mean, but in America, it's quite a big thing when you hear stories about how people want to get married in KFC or Taco Bell, and then these brands will actually react and say, oh yeah, if you want to have a wedding at KFC, let us sponsor it. And it does become a very big deal because it's not a very conventional place for people to get hitched, but when they choose to, it's a very strong branding exercise that says that, hey, someone wants to commit their life to each other using the brand that they both enjoy and share a love for as a temple of sorts, for them to come together and
Celebrate. I guess.
Yeah, celebrate their what's the word called? Their nuptial
Engagement.
celebrate
Yeah,
their
sure. Yeah.
engagement.
Yeah, and I think I feel like this will be a very regular occurrence that we deviate off topic like until don't know where. But just to bring it back to today, it's like I hope that for the listeners, it's like what hearing us talk about this whole weird topic has made you think about a bit deeply is how like food has actually quite a big role to play in terms of
Our culture.
Yeah, our culture, like in terms of festivals, and also like Renyi was mentioning at the end there about your nuptials or whatever the word was.
Isn't it prenuptial agreement?
Yeah,
not prenuptial.
Yeah, or like just like life milestones. And I think that is like a very important thing to digest. But I think that is my takeaway from today. What do you guys have for the listeners that you want them to take away from this episode?
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway for myself actually, maybe for the listeners as well, go and eat a prosperity burger. You will find what I found just now was literally when I was eating it, there's no tangible connection to the emotion. The burger itself is a fast food burger, all in all, true and true, right? But then again, there's so much emotion, memory, and nostalgia attached to it. It gives more
meaning
and layer to the experience. Yeah, even though tangibly speaking is not really the case. So I think if you want to look past beyond the physical state of food, there's always more. I think there's always a story behind it. Yeah. And,
Renyi?
Yeah.
How about you?
My takeaway is that, looking at how all the 4 brands have done so far with their Chinese New Year themed products, I think consistency is the key word here. I think McDonald's consistently every year at the same time they roll out the same product. Very strong branding, very strong
crazy.
marketing, and that becomes an association with a certain period in time. A very strong association to a certain festivity, which is in this case Chinese New Year. We don't hear of them that frequently, and I think almost every other year their product changes, and I think there's a power and there's a lesson to be taken from that. Yeah. And we're talking about last meal just now. My other takeaway is if I'm ever gonna have a last meal, that KFC butter crunch
It's not gonna be.
I if that's my last meal, I'll just say, oh no thanks, you can have it. Zap me now.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being with us here. To the listeners, for listening in and watching us as well.
Yep.
And
We're trying out something new. Leave us a feedback if there's any. And we do
And-
have a topic at the start.
Tell us about our ramblings. We like went off topic like so much, man.
Yeah.
But I hope it's like useful at least to people who are in this people who are in the industry, or even to people who just really love food.
It's food for thought. All right, so we look forward to another episode of this. If there's ever another
I don't know
one.
what the next topic will be, but it will probably be different from what we planned it to
Durian.
be as well.
Confirm
But it's
durian.
not durian season.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's coming, bro.
Okay.
right, let's wrap it up. Yi Jun, take it away.
Thank you so much for listening to us today, and I hope you took away some cool food lessons from it. And we're gonna say bye. We're the Taste Buddies, and thanks for listening.
See you guys. Adios.